welcome to the 2023 FloGrappling Awards presented by King's Kimonos. We're here in Flow Sports HQ. I'm Trey Robinson, that's Corey Stockton. We're bringing you guys the award show today where we're going to crown 5 new FloGrappling Award winners. Corey, go ahead and tell them about these awards real quick.
Yeah, I mean, the FloGrappling Awards, my favorite time of the year, honestly. We get a chance to look back and celebrate the best athletes, the best moments, the most exciting, the most kind of groundbreaking, pivotal moments from all of 2023, all of last year.
Right, so we got 5 categories that we're going over today. We got the Breakthrough Grappler of the Year, the Match of the Year, Submission of the Year, Female Grappler of the Year, and Male Grappler of the Year. So we're going to go through all of those today. But first, I want to give a little shout out to King's Kimono. This year, the FloGrappling Awards is presented by King's Kimono. So listen, I know not everybody can be a world champion. All right, some of us, we train every day, we're hobbyists, you know. We try to do our best, but we got ugly jiu-jitsu, simple as that. Well, even if your jiu-jitsu is ugly, you can look good while you're doing it. If you go get you some King's gear, go to King's Kimono, look good on the mat, look good off the mat. I mean, look at me and Corey here, rocking the King's shirts, you know, looking like $1 million up here. So head over to King's, support them because they're supporting jiu-jitsu, and that's what it's all about. So with that being said, let's kick things off. We're going straight into our first category. Let's talk about the Breakthrough Grappler of the Year. Corey, what does it mean to be the Breakthrough Grappler of the Year?
Yeah, there are a lot of ways that an athlete can break through to the next level, but that's exactly what it is, right? An athlete who has the kind of year where they transcend into the elite level of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, so we have 6 nominees for Breakthrough Grappler of the Year. All 6 people are somebody who embodied that exact thing. So I'm going to go through and list those right now. We got Luke Griffith, Helena Cravar, Joseph Chin, Jansen Gomez, Dorian Olivares, and Elijah Dorsey. I'll kick things off and just say, Luke Griffith, man, I think this guy deserved to be on this list. He's had over 40 matches this year that he's all won by submission. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, obviously the pinnacle of the sport is the submission. That's what we're after, and nobody knows how to get submissions better than Luke Griffith. He's only had 1 loss this year, so over 40 wins, 40 submissions, 1 loss. Just an incredible year from Luke Griffith.
Yeah, outstanding year. Another outstanding year was Helena Cravar, who just moved over to New Wave at the very beginning of 2023. And, for the fans who had their ear to the ground, they knew Helena was coming, was coming into her own. But this year, she finally did it. She started taking on some of the best and baddest in jiu-jitsu, looked absolutely outstanding all year against top-level competition.
Yeah, another athlete a younger athlete who was able to kind of break through this year was Joseph Chin. Obviously, you know Joseph Chin from the B-Team videos. You also know Joseph Chin from his historic ADCC European Trials run where he was able to beat, I think, multiple ADCC veterans, get the win, punch his ticket to the ADCC World Championship. We also saw him compete at Quintet. We saw him compete at AIGA. But overall, just an incredible year from Joe Chin.
This is all about breakthrough grapplers, and nobody, in my opinion, broke through as uniquely as Dorian Olivares, the 17-year-old purple belt fighting out of his garage in Houston, Texas. Nobody knew who this kid was really coming into the 2023 season, but after his run at East Coast Trials, everybody knew who Dorian Olivares was. He beat 3 ADCC veterans on his way to gold. Outstanding year.
Yeah, another guy who made his claim for this award at East Coast Trials was Elijah Dorsey. Elijah Dorsey was obviously an underdog going into that tournament. Not a lot of people had him marked as a clear favorite to win, but he proved everybody wrong, was able to get the win. He beat some significant names and punched his ticket to the World Championship.
Last nominee here, kind of a unique one for Jansen Gomez. Jansen had a little bit of a reputation coming into 2023, but this was the year where he really hit that next level. He won gold at Euros, he took silver at Pans, and then he had a absolutely remarkable World Championship run, defeating Tynan Dalpra to win gold in the middleweight division. Capped off the year at BJJ Stars, where he beat another world champion in Gustavo Batista. So, yeah, Jansen, just another tremendous, meteoric rise this year.
So 6 very deserving nominees. Let's go ahead and roll the tape and figure out who is this year's 2023 Breakthrough Grappler of the Year. There you have it. This year's Breakthrough Grappler of the Year is Joseph Chin. Man, what an incredible year from Joseph. You know, obviously his run at ADCC European Trials was an incredible run. He beat so many big names to get there, but he's also just a guy who's changing the game already in his own ways.
Yeah, he's after his run at ADCC Trials, where once again he beat three really high-profile ADCC veterans. A lot of people started tuning into what he was doing because it was so unique, right? And that's really part of what makes a breakthrough grappler so, like Joseph, so important. Is he's not just hitting that next level; he's changing the game on his way there with that unorthodox kind of floating body lock pass. Stuff like that just makes an athlete who could be a breakthrough an absolute star when they get there.
Yeah, I'm super excited to keep watching Joseph, keep tuning in for everything he's going to be doing, especially whenever he competes at the ADCC World Championship in August. So congratulations to him, the 2023 Breakthrough Grappler of the Year, Joseph Chin. But let's move on to our next category. Our next category, we're going to be breaking down the 2023 Match of the Year. Corey, what's it take for someone to get on this list?
Man, it's all about putting it all out there, and there are a lot of different ways to do that. It could be a tremendous comeback. It could be an all-out firefight, but both athletes need to just put everything on the line from start until finish of the match.
Right, so we have 6 nominees for this year's Match of the Year. I'm going to go ahead and run through these real quick, and then we'll give a little bit of context for each. But up first, we have Fionn Davis versus Gabby McComb at the 2023 No-Gi Worlds. Mika Galvao versus Jay Rodriguez at WNO 20. PJ Barch versus Andrew Tackett at WNO 20. Joseph Chin versus Oliver Taza at the ADCC European Trials. Mika Galvao versus Cody Steele at WNO 21, and Adam Wardzinski versus Felipe Andrew at IBJJF Pans. What do you think about these matches, Corey?
Yeah, I want to start with Adam Wardzinski and Felipe Andrew because it's one of those moments, those matches that I think will stick in my head and really live in jiu-jitsu history for a very long time. Adam was down by 9 points at the very beginning of the match. Felipe scored 9 very early, but Adam clawed back tooth and nail with just a minute and a half left. He scored 9 points to tie it up, and then a go-ahead advantage at the very last second of the match. Absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about Fionn Davis versus Gabby McComb. So obviously we saw this one in the women's absolute final. Double gold on the line. You know, the stakes couldn't be higher. But this is a match where we saw a back and forth. We thought it looked like Gabby McComb was going to be able to get position, put Fionn into some dangerous places. But ultimately, Fionn was able to change the tide, get the takedown, secure the back, and the finish to win this one in the absolute division. So a very deserving match for Match of the Year. What else do you think, Corey?
Jay Rodriguez versus Mika Galvao. This match had a little bit of everything, right? It had some crazy moments on the feet, some awesome submission attempts, some awesome submission escapes, and just really nonstop energy. We knew it going in, but absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so we already saw this guy win Breakthrough Grappler of the Year, but Joseph Chin with his final against Oliver Taza at ADCC European Trials, this was another match where we saw a back and forth, you know. Taza almost had the back on Joseph Chin. We saw some incredible passing from Joseph. Joseph able to take his back, but ultimately one of the most impressive matches of 2023 that we saw, so that's why it's on the list today.
Going to bring it back to Mika Galvao one more time, this time against Cody Steele, who's number 121. Mika's first title defense. Another match where going in, you knew what you were in for, right? A lot of big takedown attempts, a lot of successful takedown attempts, nonstop submission attempts, and yeah, just exactly what you would expect from Mika versus Cody.
Yeah, and then our last nominee is going to be PJ Barch versus Andrew Tackett at WNO 20. These are two guys that I don't think they know how to stop going forward, how to stop pushing the action, even whenever, you know, it'd probably be better for them to pump the brakes a little bit. I think this match pretty much almost killed both of these guys. Like the backstage area after this one looked like a shell-shocked war zone, but they put it all on the line for the fans, for everyone watching at home, and it ended up as one of the most incredible matches of 2023 so far. But let's go ahead and run the tape, figure out who's getting the best match of 2023. All right, there you have it. The best match of 2023 is going to be Mika Galvao versus Jay Rodriguez at WNO 20. I mean, this match had it all, dude. We had submission attempts, submission escapes. We saw him on the feet. We saw him on the ground. Just everything you could want in a jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah, and this match was such a good moment, like such a important moment for both these guys' brands, right? Like J-Rod's armbar escapes, that's his thing, and he showed it time and time again. His guillotine escapes, where he's wagging the finger it's not there, right? And then Mika kind of setting a trend of his own with that massive chest wrap and all those dangerous submission attempts. It was exactly what you would expect, again, from both these guys in every way.
Yeah, so congratulations to Mika Galvao. Congratulations to Jay Rodriguez, two guys who are always willing to put it on the line, always willing to go out there, have entertaining matches. They're never boring. You know, they're always doing it for the fans, making it exciting, making jiu-jitsu what we love, honestly. But let's go ahead and move to our next category of the night. We're going to be talking about the submission of the year. Corey, what gets you nominated for submission of the year?
Yeah, it's just, bringing something different, doing something truly spectacular. That can be, a new interpretation of a move. That can be just a blink and you miss it to attack. It's really just, when you see a submission of the year, you'll know.
Yeah, these can range from just traditional stuff that someone's doing to an excellent level, or funky stuff that we've never seen before. All kinds of different submissions can end up here. And that's honestly the pinnacle of the sport. You want the submission. So let's run through this list. We're going to go back and forth and name our 6 nominees for this year, give you guys a little context of how they ended up on the list. I'm going to kick things off with Jacob Couch's heel hook at the East Coast Trials. This one went down in the final, and you might be thinking, oh, Jacob Couch got another heel hook, the Hillbilly Hammer. He's known for heel hooks, but if you were there, if you were in that moment, if you could feel the atmosphere, I think you'd put it on this list too, because it was just one of the craziest, most special moments in the grappling world this year when Jacob Couch landed the outside heel hook on Elder Cruz to punch his ticket to ADCC. Everyone went absolutely insane. It was just a great moment to be a part of and a great submission by the Hillbilly Hammer.
Another huge moment from that same trials on day 1. Cody Steele with that crazy suplex that ended up off the mat where he finished with the rear naked choke. Wild scramble ensued, very Cody style, but hitting that suplex into a non-stop sequence of action that felt like it went on for minutes, finally cinching up that choke and coming up with that just monster Cody Steele energy.
Yeah, so that one happened off the mat. This one stayed on the mat, though. So IBJJF Worlds, Brianna St. Marie in the gi. She got into that Octomora position, I think she's calling it. I see her on social media calling it the Octomora. Some sort of crazy wrist lock variation. She had it behind her, but was able to end up getting that submission. This one is definitely one of the funkiest submissions we saw all year. I've been trying to play around with it. I can't finish it myself, but I'm glad Brianna did, and that's why it's on the list today.
Let's throw it to Brasileiros, Tynan Dalpera's crazy gator roll armbar. He was playing with that all year, the gator roll, but I don't think it looked any better than when he hit it at Brasileiros in front of his home crowd, right? Spinning around to the back, looking for something and catching the arm on the way there after that wild kind of showboaty pass.
Yeah, another special moment. Had the fans throwing him the Brazil jerseys afterwards. He's signing it, throwing it back. Man, stuff you only see in Brazil, if I'm being honest. That was incredible to be a part of. But then this next one happened on U.S. soil. We saw Nicholas Marigali go up against Kainan Duarte in just a clash of 2 Goliaths in the grappling world. And Marigali was able to get the arm triangle finish against Kainan, something that pretty much no one can do is finish Kainan Duarte. Marigali was able to get the submission, get the win at WNO 19. Corey, go ahead and tell us about this last one. Tell us about Mika's armbar.
The last one on the list, the fastest one on the list, in just 46 seconds, Mika Galvao to win the Who's Number 1 welterweight strap against PJ Barch. Threw up just a very Mika flying armbar out of nowhere, seemingly didn't even set it up, just jumped up on the arm, caught it on the way down, secured his title. An incredibly fast, lightning fast, blink and you miss it style submission from Mika.
Well, there you have it, the 6 nominees for submission of the year. Let's go ahead and roll the video and figure out who the winner is. All of these submissions obviously very deserving, but man, Mika Galval's flying armbar against PJ was just something special, dude.
Yeah, just the energy he brought that whole night was, I think, captured in that final moment, that final 3 seconds of that armbar when he just sent it, as he did the whole night, and very Mika style. You didn't know what was happening until it happened, really.
Yeah, so shout out Mika Galval. Congratulations to him. He's a guy who's obviously always hunting the submission, always hunting to make jiu-jitsu exciting, to put on best matches, to get submissions. And so kudos to him. Congratulations on winning Submission of the Year. Now let's move on. We got 2 more categories tonight. We got the Female Grappler of the Year and the Male Grappler of the Year. Up first, we're going to break down the 2023 Female Grappler of the Year. So we have 6 nominees for this one. Before I list those off, Corey, how do you get nominated to be the Female Grappler of the Year?
Yeah, Grappler of the Year, the category is really, it's about just kind of staying consistent for the entire year, putting on a show in every single match, doing something extraordinary, sincerely extraordinary. So every athlete nominated on this list and the next list had just an incredible, once-in-a-lifetime year.
All right, so here's your 6 nominees for the Female Grappler of the Year. We have Fionn Davis, Gabby Pisagna, Maisa Bastos, Elizabeth Clay, Luisa Montero, and Andressa Sintra. So up first, I'll just say Fionn, man, incredibly well-deserving. She was actually the 2022 Female Grappler of the Year. So to end up on the list again just shows that, man, Fionn is just she's kind of taken over and just doing her best to stay at the top. She won Worlds in the gi. She won no-gi Worlds double gold, absolute, and her weight division. She also got wins on WNO. Just incredible all the way around for Fionn this year.
Gabriele Pisagna, rightfully calling herself at the end of the year the queen of the gi, right? And it's not just this year. For several years, she's been winning Grand Slam after Grand Slam after Grand Slam, but this year, truly special. Incredibly high submission rate on top of all of her major wins, double gold at every single major, another win at AJP, and finishing the year off at the Crown, where she beat 2, I think, of her biggest tests, plus the BJJ Stars win. Just insane year, undefeated year for Gabby Pisagna.
Then we have Maisa Bastos. Maisa, a grappler who's been at the top for a while now. She just stays so dominant. She's doing it in the gi. She's doing it no gi. She's the queen of the lighter weight divisions. If you have Maisa Bastos in your division, then I have a feeling you're probably shaking in your boots a little bit, because there's nobody that weighs less than 120 pounds and is quite as frightening as Maisa Bastos.
Luisa Montero had yet another breakout year, really setting it up at the beginning of the year with a gold at Euros, a gold at Pans. She had a rocky event at Worlds, but she bounced back at Brasileiro. She bounced back at the Crown, where she won her whole division, kind of settled herself in, and yeah, just another outstanding year really for Luisa.
And then another nominee, Elizabeth Clay. Elizabeth was able to capture the women's 145-pound belt this year. She's the featherweight champion at WNO. But also Elizabeth staying dominant at Polaris. She's always done great on the Polaris stage. So overall, just great year for Elizabeth. She's another athlete who's just kind of like made her claim as one of the best female grapplers in the sport, and just maintains that she's always in the hunt. She's always up there at the top.
I hope this was the year that anybody who was second-guessing it realized, don't sleep on Andressa Sintra, right? Andressa came into Brasileiros, really smoked everybody, just had a submission spree. Went to Worlds and won her 4th world title. And if that wasn't enough, went to No-Gi Worlds and won her 4th No-Gi world title with a submission spree yet again.
So there you have it. There's the 6 nominees for Female Grappler of the Year. Let's go ahead and roll the tape, figure out who's taking home the Female Grappler of the Year title this year. There you have it, the 2023 Female Grappler of the Year, Ffion Davis, man, she's just done it all this year, honestly. She's been at the top, no gi, winning double gold. She's at the top in the gi, stays dominant in super fights. Just one of the most active and prolific grapplers on the circuit today.
Man, you thought after Fion's run in 2022, where she was the female grappler of the year, what else can she do, really? What more can she do? This year, how about an absolute title, right? So on top of her second world title, on top of her second no-gi world title, she won her third in the absolute as a lightweight. Incredible, incredible.
Yeah, just overall an incredible year from Ffion. So congratulations to her, the official female grappler of the year. Super excited for her. And now we got one more category, the 2023 male grappler of the year. I mean, I would ask you, what does it take to be male grappler of the year? But it's essentially the same as female grappler. You just have to be a male to win this one is the only difference for anyone keeping track at home. So let's go ahead and run through the nominees. We got 6 nominees. We got Diego Pato, Dante Leon, Victor Hugo, Mika Galvao, Nicholas Marigali, and Jacob Couch. I'll kick things off and just say Diego Pato, a guy, I think something whenever, you're trying to figure out who's been the best grappler, it is important, I like seeing guys who do it in the gi. They do it no-gi, and Pato's one of those guys. He got the no-gi world championship. He got the gi world championship. He was able to secure the WNO belt by beating Diogo Hayes, the reigning ADCC champion. So Pato's just a guy who was able to put it all together and just have an incredible year this year.
I don't think there's ever been a better year for Dante Leon, right? Dante, after coming off of a tremendous year in 2022, one-upped himself. He stayed down at 155 to win the lightweight, who's #1 strap, and then he bounced up to super heavyweight for no-gi pans and won the thing. Did very well in the absolute, looked sensational at Aiga, had so many great matches throughout the year, but those are some of the key points of Dante's tremendous year.
So another nominee, Mika Galvao. Man, Mika he's just been kind of nonstop on the circuit this year. He already won Best Match of the Year. He already won Submission of the Year. Is he gonna win Male Grappler? I mean, it seems like if anyone could, of course Mika could, but a great year from him. He's captured the WNO Welterweight Championship, but just always puts on some of the best matches. Always one of the most exciting guys to watch in jiu-jitsu.
Got to call out Nicholas Marigali for the same reason. One of the same reasons as we're looking at Diego Pato, right? Doing it in the gi and in no-gi. Marigali was 14-0 this year, had a tremendous submission rate, but it wasn't just that he was undefeated. He was undefeated against some of the best names in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, we can list them. It's incredible, the year he had.
And then, of course, we got Jacob Couch. So Jacob Couch, obviously, the East Coast Trials winner. He did it by all submissions. I think that's an important part, of Couch's story, is that he went out there, was able to go 7 for 7, all submissions, punch his ticket to the ADCC World Championship, and all in his first year at Black Belt.
How do you get to be Male Grappler of the Year? One way, make history, right? Victor Hugo did that for sure. He became the only male athlete ever to win double gold at both Brasileiros and Worlds in the same year. He became the first athlete in, I think, 14 years to win the absolute final and the weight class final in Worlds by submission. So VH making history. That's just some of his many credentials this year, but I think, yeah, those are icing on the cake for the big man Flo.
Of course. So 6 very deserving nominees. Let's go ahead and run the tape, figure out who is the 2023 Male Grappler of the Year. There you have it, the 2023 Male Grappler of the Year, Nicholas Marigali. I mean, Nicholas he keeps adding to already such an incredible career, but this year he was able to go to IBJJF Pans, secured the Absolute Championship, double gold at Pans, was able to win against Kynan at WO19. He's doing it in the gi. He's doing it no gi. Then also the IBJJF Grand Prix, where he was able to get a win over Victor Hugo. Just an incredible year from Marigali.
big win over Victor Hugo, submission win over Felipe Pena, submission win over Kaynan Duarte, win over Cyborg, wins over Roberto. Tremendous run in the GP, really, where he was hitting smother taps. He was doing whatever he wanted. That's the Meregali style we've come to know, especially in 2023. There's really been few athletes who've had as dominant a year as Meregali had in 2023.
Yeah, I feel like we watched so many different phases of Meregali throughout this year. You know, we had right here the crowning himself Pans Meregali moment. We had the back to Nogi Meregali, but overall just dominant all the way through. I have a feeling Meregali would say something along the lines of, you know, life is great, bro. If you ever talk to Meregali, he loves telling you life is great, bro. And I'm sure he's going to be stoked about winning Male Grappler. And life is great, bro. I'm excited for Meregali on this one. Corey, you got any final words?
No, man, congratulations to all 5 of these winners. All 6 of these winners. They had tremendous years, not just for whatever they won their awards for, the submissions, the matches, whatever, but just the years in general. This has been an incredible season, 2023, the events, the matches. Can't wait to see what 2024 brings and who gets on these lists in 2024.
Yeah, so thank you to all the athletes, all the coaches, everybody who's putting it on the line, making it where we can watch jiu-jitsu every day, you know, watch the sport we love. And thank you guys for tuning in to the 2023 FloGrappling Awards presented by King's Kimono. So make sure and go show them some love. Look as fresh as we do, you know. Like I said, maybe you got some ugly jiu-jitsu, but you can at least look good while you're doing it if you're rocking some Kings. But thank you guys for tuning in. And now the 2024 season's about to kick off. You're going to see us at the European Championships soon. We got ADCC around the corner, a ton of great events, a ton of the best content. All of the stuff you're going to be want to watch is right here on FloGrappling. It's on the FloGrappling YouTube channel as well, so go there, subscribe to FloGrappling, and we'll see you guys there. We'll see you in the next one.